What's going on, everybody? So it's finally here, and I bet you're wondering exactly what this is. Well, thanks to the thumbnail, you don't have to. But originally I got the Jsaux protective case for the Switch 2, and while it's okay, it doesn't provide enough protection in the inside of the case opposed to the outside. So there was another case I had my eye on from Jsaux, which is the Split Protection Pro storage case. Now they call it a storage case here, but it's the Split Protection Pro. As you can see, they kicked it around a bit. It definitely went through transit. It was out for delivery for like 3 days. I was wondering if it was ever gonna get here, but here we have it, the Split Protection Pro, the so-called best case for the Nintendo Switch 2. And right now this packaging is making me wonder if it actually is. Let's just open this and see exactly how big this case is compared to the Jsaux protective case. All right, so that's the cover of the Split Protection Pro. Nice, nice. All right, so it isn't translucent like this one, which is unfortunate, but it looks just as sturdy as the Jsaux case for something like the ROG Ally. In fact, it almost looks exactly like the ROG Ally case, except the ROG Ally case is diagonal. Right, and continuing here, we have the manual. I can't wait to apply this to my Switch 2 because I've been dying to get a proper grip on this thing. I saw some reviews saying that this back cover here scratches the inside of the dock, so let's see if that's true. But I'm just gonna apply it to my Switch. I'm pretty straightforward. You just need to apply it to the bottom first and then the top, and that's how it looks. You can still see the Switch 2 logo on the back there, and you can still access the kickstand. And this is the moment I've been waiting for, the grips to the Joy-Con 2s. Now, it's awesome because we could just try it like this, or we detach the grips and then attach them here. Would be cool if it had some kind of magnetic feature in it as well, but of course it doesn't. So I'm assuming you wrap this around or just snap it in place there. Ow, took my finger. Wow, this is a much needed improvement and it feels so much better. Let me see if this works. Oh yeah, that's a lot better. And there's no give, similar to the dbrand case. That's good. So you won't have these falling off randomly on you, and it could just detach and attach with a proper grip. Awesome. Let's apply the other grip on it without snapping my fingers. Thank you very much. There we go. Nice. It just snaps on very easily. Oh, it looks so much better. And yes, you can tell that the Joy-Cons are a little flimsy when you add more weight to the sides, but the ergonomics are so much better with this. I mean, it feels amazing. I think it feels better than the Steam Deck. So let's put the finishing touches on it. Put the cover on top. And so the cover is similar to the other Jsaux case. Snap onto the bottom like this. Well, let's see if it does. There we go, and it's officially closed. Let's hope that this doesn't cause some kind of Joy-Con drift. And as you can see, you can't detach it while the cover is on because it has these side panels here. And the grip looks amazing. It's kind of like a carbon fiber finish. Very, very good. I think I still have this thing on. One sec. So you just pop it off like that, right? Well, it's kind of stuck on the top here. Weird. Okay, it falls off eventually. But yeah, there you go. I'm just gonna put it to sleep. You can access all of the buttons, the volume, power, perfectly accessible, as well as the USB-C. It's very natural to it. They built it extremely well. I'm pretty sure that this is a reset button, but as you can see, I can access the cartridge no problem. And it actually goes with the color of the Switch 2 itself, which is amazing. I think this looks incredible. I don't think I'm ever going back to the protective case. This is just something that was keeping me busy while I was waiting for the split protection case to drop and for Jsaux to finally let me pre-order the thing and ship it. So it finally came today, and I'm gonna have a review on it very soon. But yeah, this is the Split Protection Pro. I think that this might actually be the best Nintendo Switch 2 case. It has a very sturdy build, and it seems incredibly high quality. As you can see, it kind of has the same finish as the Nintendo Switch 2 itself. You just pop that off. It doesn't come off as easy, but pretty nice. And then you can just attach the controllers naturally. There's no give here. There's no seam in the back. That wasn't addressed with Welcome Tour, that dbrand just ignored entirely. And they've ignored a lot of other builds for different portable systems in the past, similar to Steam Deck. There was actually a recall on the Steam Deck's Killswitch from dbrand. So I ended up just getting the Jsaux protective case for the Steam Deck as well. And the same case goes for the Switch 2, no pun intended. But yeah, guys, let me know what you think about the Split Protection Pro case. Are you getting it? I highly recommend it. It's very lightweight. And what I wanted to test to see is if it was exactly as thin as the protective case, and it's a little wider because it has the grips. As you can see, the grips go on the side here. but it's just as thin as the protective case. Let's start the final test, which is to try out the Split Protection Pro in a dock, because I know that the Killswitch case for the Switch 2 from dbrand doesn't fit into the dock. So let's see if this is dockable. Okay, I think it's dockable. I think yes, it will cut the inside of the dock if you're not careful enough, but who cares? You can't see the inside of the dock, and for some reason they made it reflective. Not sure why, I guess so you can see what you're doing inside, but I can never see what I'm doing. And it just goes on, it's perfect. Let me see, it doesn't scratch the back, which is great, and it just slides in. It feels like it's a sturdier fit for the Switch 2 dock, which is exactly what I wanted. And it actually goes with the Switch 2 dock a little better. In terms of weight, I think it's slightly noticeable how heavy this is opposed to how it was with just the Switch. But if you want to just use the Switch by itself, you can always switch back to something like a protective shell. Okay, it's not super easily removable. You actually need to snap it here on the top, so you might end up scratching your triggers a few times because of that. So that's not, in my definition, easily removable, but I feel like this is a wonderful case. It's gonna make long play sessions with the Switch 2 a lot easier. No cap on that. I love this case so much and I highly recommend it. I love the fact that the back is actually translucent so you can see the Switch 2 logo. Not so much. It's kind of like the same translucency that the Switch 2 game cases have with the artwork in the back. You kind of see it, but you also kind of don't. It's a little faded. But the cool part is that you can access the stand. But yeah, guys, I absolutely love this case, and if there are any malfunctions or anything wrong with it in the future, I'll let you guys know for sure. But for now, I think it's really awesome. Now let's play some Bayonetta 2 real quick, just see how good it feels, see if the HD rumble feels appropriate. I think the volume is very good from what I can hear. It doesn't get in the way with the speakers, which is nice. But the, I guess, caveat of it is that the bottom keeps clipping off because it's easily removable. So that could get in the way of the speakers. But I think you just have to adjust it slightly. And when some cases are in hotter environments, they tend to move a little better. But as you know, the stand is available. So you're gonna have this little piece flapping around, but it's pretty sturdy from what I can see. And it looks amazing. It looks very seamless and it's very comfortable to use. So far, playing Bayonetta 2 is awesome. I absolutely love it. And the HD rumble feels just as good as it did while I was playing this with a naked Switch 2. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video and hope you learned a little something about the Split Protection Pro case from Jsaux for the Nintendo Switch 2. I think this is awesome. I can't wait to use this a lot more. And it has game card slots. Let me see how good these work. Okay, so first I'm going to use an original Nintendo Switch cartridge. See if it falls out. And not similar to the protective case, the Switch 1 cartridges actually don't fall out as easy as they did with that case. And now Switch 2 cartridges seem even more sturdy than the Switch 1, which is great. Can't really remove it as easy. I think that the cartridge slots with the Split Protection case is very usable. In fact, it's pretty hard to remove it from the case itself. So yeah, it's very sturdy. I love it. I'll see if I trust it enough to let my cartridges hover over the screen. See, this is the only problem right here. I think since you have to push down on this, you're gonna push down on it a lot, and it's potentially gonna actually scratch the Switch 2 itself if you don't have this clipped on, because there's only a little flap keeping this together, so that's unfortunate. So you kind of have to be delicate because the top wraps around the triggers as well, and maybe pushing it slightly towards yourself and also pushing this down will help to not scratch the Switch 2 itself, but as you can see, it's kind of pushing down on the actual Switch 2. But yeah, it works. It works fine. I think if you don't mind some small scuffs on the bottom of your Switch 2, and unfortunately every time I try to pull it out, it kind of flicks the Joy-Con a little bit. If you heard that, there was some snapping on the top because the bottom came loose a little bit. So yeah, there might be some issues with the bottom since you do have access to the stand, but you can't help what Jsaux designed for what Nintendo designed. I don't think Nintendo had a lot of different case ideas with this stand that they installed into it, but so far no scuffs, and it's completely protected with the game key cards secure. See, look at that. Oh, that didn't sound good. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll give you a full review on this case in a little while. And I hope you have a good one. Later.